Hey guys, welcome back to another, a special edition of Caw Cast. Caw Cast is doing the movies today, and we have been talking about this Batman vs Superman movie, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So again, I'm Josh. Joining me on the other line, and hopefully not recording my conversation to get to my fiance, is Garrick. Garrick, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Josh? You all right?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to get this out of the way. Also joining us today, one of my good friends on PlayStation Network, who plays Destiny with me on there. Which I'm still kind of pissed that Garrick still hasn't given me his PSN, his PSN address.
I
But we got Dave with us. Dave,
How's
what's
it going?
happening?
How's it going, y'all?
All right, cool. You know what? And I'm gonna have to rejoin you. I think my sound went out, so I'm gonna have to edit this out. Son of a bitch thing. All right, hold on.
You take.
Hey, okay. Can you somebody say something?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, and we're continuing, guys. My sound dropped. I had to rejoin. So, guys, we're talking about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, the search for the S in verses. But we've seen a lot of people kind of talk about this, and we were kind of looking into it. I go to a ton of these movie type of superhero movies. A lot of people think I hate them, which I don't completely hate them. Let's start with the good stuff in this. Garrick, what was good about the movie?
Uh, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was good.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he was a pretty good Batman. Give him
Okay,
that.
you took like the main good thing out of this movie. So now you took the rest of this discussion about it. Nah, but for real, Ben Affleck was really cool. Like a lot of the stuff that he did was like super smooth. Dave, man, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, just like Garrick said, Ben Affleck. I mean, that was the one guy. I mean, that was kind of the movie for me. His scenes were pretty good. There were a few parts toward the end that were kind of a little weird that I thought with him, but other than that, he was the one good thing about the movie. Probably the lone good thing about the movie. I mean,
uh,
yeah,
the cool thing about I guess Ben Affleck is like, I mean, I'm with you, man. I'm with both of you guys. He was the cool part of the movie. You know, he had I don't know the attitude down with how he was acting. Like, okay, this is a super heavy spoiler discussion. Like, we're not spoiler free. This is heavy spoiler. So if you haven't seen the movie, just don't listen to it. Come back to us after you've seen it. All right, I warned you guys. Cool. So one of the things is just like watching him walk around like Lex's party, or there's a scene when the guys were boxing each other or whatever, and he just whispered into the dude's ear, and he won that fight.
yeah.
Yeah, it was some of the stuff in there. It was that was like really cool about him. One thing that kind of made me laugh was when him and Henry Cavill, the actor for Superman, when they were in scenes together, you could just tell like which actor was better. Like one was just acting circles around the other one.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I would agree with that. And I don't know if that's just how they had Superman written in the film, or it just I didn't like his lines. I didn't like anything about the Superman that we saw. I think their animated films do a much better job of portraying Superman. So
Yeah.
far on film, they're what this is what the third, I guess you could
Well,
say, modern
well, Dave,
Superman.
Dave, let me save you on this. We're going to get to that
Mm,
later. We're going to get to that
okay.
later. So save the passion. Save everything. I thought, okay, maybe because for this untitled film that I may have went to and saw 3D, I thought it looked nice. Kind of like stuff you'd see in a comic book. And Garrick, are you familiar with like the Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight?
Games?
Yeah, the games.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. I didn't. I had to make sure. I thought particularly that scene in the warehouse where, jeez, we're gonna get to that, but it's just you saw how he moved around and how he fought. I thought it was the closest thing to a video game or how we were used to seeing him fight using the gadgets that we've seen in these movies. Period. Um, that was something neat about it to me. So I thought the lines kind of sucked, but you know what? Never mind. I'll get to that later. Um, Anything else from you guys that you like
Um,
positives?
I think, like you mentioned, the visuals. I thought everything looked pretty good outside of the CGI, but we'll get to that with Doomsday. I'm pretty sure later. But I mean, I thought I liked the tone of the film. I like it was kind of a little serious, darkness to it, but it still sucked. But that's the only other thing, the tone and Batman. Other than that, that's about it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. Yeah,
Agreed. I
yeah.
also, I don't know. Maybe this makes me sound bad. I actually kind of I thought, when I saw the commercial way back when, I thought I was just gonna hate this movie because I was like, man, this commercial makes this movie look lame. But the first, I don't know, 30, 40, maybe hour, I was just eating my words, especially, at least for me, the scene where, Bruce was going through the city and it was during the whole Man of Steel fight. And you saw, the buildings getting destroyed. Bruce driving through the city and that, hey, product placement, Land Rover. I thought that was pretty neat, counting that back, and then different parts of it, but then it just got really dumb for me after a while. But uh,
Yeah, I mean I like that part. Like you said, it started off great,
yeah, I
but
thought I was like, oh
it
man,
just kind of I thought it would have been a if the rest of the movie was good, it would have been a perfect beginning because I do think that it set the tone for the animosity between the two, but it just kind of went downhill from there.
yeah, man, we are trying so hard to hide this from what we really think about the film. Man, I have a list of notes here. I'm trying to think, what did I like about the film? As you can see, I'm flipping through the pages trying to find what else I liked about it. Um, I actually kind of liked the fact that they let Gal Gadot, for Wonder Woman. I liked how they let her keep her accent.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I didn't have a problem with how she looked. I thought that was kind of neat. The music, I kind of liked the music to it. We mentioned the visuals. I liked how it looked because it looked close to like you're reading a comic book. Ben Affleck was like easily high and above as Bruce, especially his Bruce Wayne scenes were just amazing to me. I liked him. Boy, that's Garrick. That was my last words and what I liked about it. Garrick, any last words on what you liked about the film?
Jeremy Irons, I liked him too. He
Oh,
played it.
you got
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Jeremy Irons is
Alfred.
I was gonna say the bitch. Butler. What's his name? Alfred. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He did a nice job.
I would agree. I like that they made Alfred kind of what he was in the comics, kind of the
The
voice
partner.
in
Yeah.
Batman's
Yeah.
head. Always doing stuff behind the scenes. We haven't really I don't think we've gotten that on film yet.
He was the most sarcastic butler I've seen since Jeffrey from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, it was great.
And the crazy thing was they looked like they were the same age. It was kind of weird, but hey,
That's a
that's
good point.
DC.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Man, it was pretty. It was pretty cool, man. Man. Dave, real quick, let me ask you: when you're like not talking, could you hit the mute?
Yeah.
So to help me on the editing later on.
All right.
Cool. I don't even know if I'm gonna edit this. I'm just whatever. But oh yeah. Also, man, you can always like just unmute when you want to jump in and say something or you want to laugh or whatever. I don't know. Just it just helps keep the voices clear.
Right.
Cool. So, all right. That was it. No more positives. Can we? Are we ready for the next like hour of the discussion? You guys ready for it?
Yeah.
All right. Let me start things off by saying, I said this to Garrick, but let me say this to you, Dave. Had Tupac and Biggie, Mama's had the same name, do you think that beef would have been squashed? What you think?
Oh my God. Probably not. Actually, definitely not.
Whew, boy. Garrick, man, give me everything else with the film that you saw. You've had some time to think about it.
Well, let me just start with that. That was probably the laziest, uh, the laziest plot device in the movie. Jeez. Oh, and the fact that what did I text you? Wonder Woman came back for a picture.
Yeah, that's true.
She came back for a picture. I like that they kept to the source, like Batman getting killed by Doomsday and all that, but what they did to build up to that is
Well,
just.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Superman. I'm
Also,
sorry, Superman getting killed by Doomsday.
Superman, yeah. That's okay. Zack Snyder killed Batman in that movie, too. He's not the only one that murdered anything. Yeah, real
Yeah.
quick.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, Dave, go ahead. Say
No,
what you
I was
want.
just gonna say that. I mean, the same thing. Honestly, I never even realized both of their mothers' names were Martha until the movie. I mean, that's just how irrelevant it really was. But they made it a big thing.
Well, did you notice, like, when they said her name was Martha, it was just like all of a sudden Amy Adams, who, my goodness, I don't know how she got worse. She became a worse actor but between the last film. But Amy Adams came up with like basically had to translate to the audience. His mother's name is Martha. Like, oh my goodness, it was hysterical. And also, for how many times they show the parents getting killed, at this point, it's just torture porn to show Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed. For how many times we've seen it. What you
Yeah,
guys think?
I agree. Because I mean, that's just everybody knows. Like, that's Batman. His parents get killed when he's young, and it just takes off from there. It's like we don't really need to keep seeing in every Batman movie there's a scene of his parents getting killed. I think people know that. Like even if you've never seen Batman, you know that's how it starts. We don't need to see it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I thought, but then when I saw the bats floating him in the air, I was like, oh my god. Garrick, you got another complaint? Because I got a list that I've just written down the last 3 days, so I was just wondering.
This new sinister Batman, Josh, this mass murdering.
Man,
Machine guns.
machine guns, branding. That's the other one.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, that was just, man. When he was
He
driving
was,
the car and he was just shooting it, it was just like, really? And then when he shot the guy's the tank or whatever, yeah, yeah. And then when
if
he's
they
okay,
do it,
but
I hope they're consistent in the next movie. He's still doing it. But,
like he's the Punisher now. Like they're
yeah.
making a Punisher movie now. No, when
It's a
he
good
stabbed,
comparison. The Punisher. That's
yeah,
what he was.
yeah, he stabbed a dude. Did you see that when he stabbed him and the
Yeah.
knife got stuck in the wall to where he stabbed him
Yeah.
and he broke the guy. Okay, there's a scene when he went to go rescue Martha too. Like I'm sorry, the whole time that there were two Marthas. Garrick, you saw Did you guys watch Arrested Development? What was the name of there was
Lucille.
somebody Lucille too. Yeah, that's the whole time what I was thinking of. Lucille too. Okay, so when he went to go see Martha too, which oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm gonna organize like what I didn't like about this movie. He punched a guy and like he face planted to where he broke the dude's neck essentially. Oh man, Dave, you got anything real quick? Not even real quick. Take your time. Take your time.
I
Let the
mean,
hate out.
Batman, he was. I don't want to say he was overpowered. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could say that, but he was like a tank. I mean, the warehouse scene kind of proved it. I mean, he ran through those guys like it was nothing. And you mentioned the Arkham series of video games. I mean, I thought that was exactly what it was like. The weapons, the way he moved. I mean, it was a different. It was a weird version of Batman that we saw. I wasn't necessarily expecting him to be, just running over people with his Batmobile and just blowing stuff up. Didn't he hit a car with the car that he had attached to his Batmobile? Like that was kind of Fast and Furious ish. Like
Garrick, you can
I
correct me if
just
I'm wrong. I think he shot a car and then dragged the car, then ran into the car, and
Yeah.
then Superman comes down and stops the chase and lets them get away, which is another thing. But also
yeah, made no sense.
something I kind of wondered when he went to go steal the kryptonite. Why did he leave like basically a batarang there to let him know that he stole it? Do you guys know this? Can you guys answer this for me? Uh,
Ugh. That's a good question. I mean, has he ever done that before? Where he like left
like,
a calling card?
yeah, I'm like, you're not the Joker. Like what is this? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're talking about Batman, and we'll get back to that. Garrick, your thoughts on Superman? Besides, I'm sorry, never mind. I have a lot of thoughts about that too. Garrick, thoughts, man?
How about the scene where after he had his congressional hearing and it blows up, and he just walks out? He's not saving anybody.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Just walks out like I've done my job. Everybody's inside dying, and he's Superman.
Yeah, everyone's burning up. Man, jeez. Okay, so the first scene with Superman where they show him in Africa. First of all, that reporter that was with him, I think that was supposed to be Jimmy Olsen, the one that got shot in the head.
Yeah.
So they killed off Jimmy Olsen. That's the first thing. Also, he flew a guy through the walls. And do you guys think that guy lived who got flown through the wall?
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he's got to be in a coma, or every bone in his body. Because I mean, you can do that to Zod, no problem. You might could even get away with doing that to Batman and his, whatever. I don't know. The suit they didn't go into much with it, but yeah, that dude's either dead or in serious coma.
Man, it was
Brutal.
just man. He flew him through the thing, and I don't know. Then they go to the next scene, and also, I'm trying to wonder. So he essentially had Amy Adams in a headlock, had her in a headlock while while he flew the guy through the wall. I understand that she let go of him, but at the same time, if she's in a headlock, doesn't that mean she should have been decapitated, or is that just me? Did I miss something? One of you guys want to jump in?
I don't know. Josh, this movie.
Leaves so many questions. Um, man, Dave, what else? What else did you think of Superman?
Well, definitely didn't like him. I mentioned it before. Didn't like the way he was written. He just, I kind of didn't want to see the Superman that was still unsure of himself. I kind of wanted to see a little more confidence in him. Because I feel like the Superman we got on screen he was just boring. Just, there was nothing to him.
Man,
Nothing.
yeah, he was super boring. He was also like super emo in the. I don't know. To me, he was. And I say emo, but at the same time, he did like not show any expression through the film. Like just no emotion whatsoever. Uh, let's see here. Um, man, I'm going through this. Also, did you guys think like his uniform looked a little too sparkly? Like it looked. You know how you go to like those craft stores, Hobby Lobby, Hobby Town, or whatever, and you get them like little plastic jewel-looking things that cheerleaders wear. Did
Yeah,
that not look like his S and everything? It looked a little too cheap and sparkly.
too bedazzled.
Yeah, too bedazzled. That's what I was looking for. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Dazzle. Yeah, that's a good point. To me, it didn't really fit the gritty tone of the movie or what they were aiming for. But this is another bad thing about the movie.
Zack Snyder tried everything. He threw everything in the kitchens. No, he literally had Batman pick up a kitchen sink and hit Superman with it in it. If you guys remember that. He threw everything, including the kitchen sink, and literally had him pick up a sink and throw it at him. Oh my
I was
goodness.
actually disappointed with that scene. I was expecting a little more. I didn't like that. Just I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I was a little disappointed with the big face off between them.
I kind of felt the same thing because I don't know. You see all the people. Sorry, I was trying to read a comment that was sent to me. Yeah, a lot of people said they were happy, but how long was the fight? What, Garrett? 3 minutes? Is that how long it was? Which,
Yeah.
yeah, it was like
Alright.
a yeah, it was a good 3 minutes long. Jeez. And the significance of the two fighting just didn't seem there because when they fight, I understand in like the cartoon or the comic or whatever, they've had a friendship, a relationship much longer than that of what, a week. Who, by the way, once they realize their mothers have the same name, he goes to the other Moses, "I'm a friend of your son," which just killed me because I was like, wait, weren't you trying to? You were trying to kill. You literally cut his face and then stabbed.
Yeah,
It killed me.
that made no sense at
Yeah.
all.
By the
But,
way, did that spear not look like something that you would try to kill a White Walker with? Like, you couldn't have made it less gaudy. And another thing, since we're on the spear right now, did you guys think like the symbolism for like religion was just like way over the top in this? Like how they basically beat you in the head for Superman to be like a godlike figure in this. What did you guys think?
I mean, it was definitely a recurring theme, but it didn't bother me too much. But I mean, I guess if you're trying to be realistic, a guy with his powers kind of is like a god. I mean, it's the closest thing to it. But that actually didn't affect me too much.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I it didn't bother me, but there were just so many shots of him, like Dave. You remember there were just a lot of shots of him, like between the sun, so it looked like he was all holy, descending onto the people. The Africa scene where they were all reaching out to touch him, and basically
Yeah.
when he had to save Hurricane. I was gonna make a Hurricane Katrina comment. You know what I'm talking about, Garrick? You know what I'm talking about? When he came down, had to rescue the people off the. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was
But
just kind of, and then just the whole fact that they used a spear as a weapon, like you couldn't have any other weapon like in the cartoon or in the kryptonite weapon that they've had like in the cartoon or in the comic. You had a spear to like wound him to make sure he's dead, kind of just like you saw in the Passion of the Christ. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it.
I figured it would have been a gun. I think that's how it was in one of the I think what was it? As a animated film, Doom. I think that was the big thing. You shoot him with the kryptonite gun.
Yeah.
But I've seen in other media related to DC where they use a spear. So I don't know if it was just Zack Snyder or if they were pulling from something in the past. But
Well, I'm
I
blaming
don't
Zack
know.
Snyder. I'm blaming Zack
Yeah.
Snyder.
Well, I mean, he's all about imagery. I mean, he did Watchmen and 300, right? And I think a couple other movies. And I mean, they look really great, but
hmm
that's about it. And so, like you said, all the scenes, the gaudy images of him, it looked kind of cool, but there wasn't too much to it. It just, it just looked nice.
You say Zack Snyder would make movies like this? Sucker Punch. That's another one that immediately comes to mind. Man.
Yeah, yes. Sucker Punch is exactly. When I saw the previews, I thought this is going to be like the coolest movie ever, and then it was like, what am I watching? What is this?
Yeah. Also, let me ask you guys, what was the point of the explosion in the courthouse? Um, I know. Take your time, think about this. Let me ask you. Let me just ask, what was the point of the explosion? Because the explosion didn't really have everyone turn on Superman because they were all like, "Oh, so and so brought in explosives in his chair." So it was just kind of like, really? I don't know. I don't know.
I would say that it really served no purpose. I mean, I thought that they were gonna go in a direction that was like, oh, Superman killed everybody. You know how the media is, and kind of the hot takes about Superman, and but it didn't go in that direction at all. It's like they immediately figured it out. Like it just happened like 2 minutes ago, and then they flashed to the reports, and they've already solved it. So it was kind of like, okay, that was a waste of 3 minutes of my life.
that's Jesse Well, Lex Luthor's whole plan in the movie is it's vague. It
Okay,
doesn't
Garrett,
make any sense.
thank you. Okay, so What was the point? Okay, and then second of all, he killed Mercy in that scene too. But I was like, okay, you're just killing off everybody. But so what was? No, Garrick, you sent me a tweet, not a tweet, a text saying I'm looking at Jesse Eisenberg playing Mark Zuckerberg playing Lex Luthor in this movie. What was his giant plan? Like maybe I missed this. Do you know what it was?
I don't know.
Because because when you think about it, his plan was to have Batman kill Superman, or
yeah, what was he gonna do with Doomsday if Batman had killed Superman? Like,
and then also like someone mentioned this to me. How did he know that that would be the night that Batman would have everything prepared to fight Superman?
Yeah, none of it made sense.
Yeah.
Just absolutely none of it. Wasn't Lex supposedly sending letters to Batman for what was it, like 2 years, or trying to set this whole master plan up? Which
Did we lose him?
I think so.
Dave, I think we lost you. Be sure to jump back on. But Garrick,
it's just dumb.
okay, never mind. Dave, we lost you for a second. On your point, you were talking about the master plan.
Oh, no, I was just saying that it was just dumb. Like, just every aspect about it. I don't know if you guys heard me when I mentioned him sending the letters to Batman.
Yeah, yeah.
It was just kind of stupid. Did Batman even get those letters? I feel like he didn't get them until the like right when it was all happening.
I might have missed that then, because I might have, I don't know, rolled my eyes too long, or I don't know. I missed these letters, but apparently what I understand is just kind of like, apparently he knew the secret identity. So, to which I say, these are like the worst kept secret identities ever in this universe.
Here's what, like, Batman's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and
Yeah.
how did he not know Superman's mom's name?
Okay, yeah, that was another one. That was another one. I feel like everybody in this movie was just stupid. Like, you have to understand everyone in this movie's dumb. Uh, yeah, I just don't know. And then
That's a
how
good
is it?
point.
Yeah, and then okay, so is there an explanation to like how Superman's always saving Lois Lane? Besides her being a damsel in distress this entire movie, basically having no purpose. Do you know, Dave or Garrett? Do you know how he's always saving her? Coincidentally, no idea.
No, no idea. I mean, the one where she's trapped underwater, I don't know. Maybe that made sense. I don't know how he just happened to hear. There's all this destruction going on, and he just happens to hear her, banging on whatever. But I could let that slide. But the whole thing in Africa, I mean, unless he's just stalking her, that's the only explanation I have.
Man, and then
Borderline
well,
stalker.
I just asked because I'm like, well, he let his mama get kidnapped, but then okay, so here's my question: the mama is in Kansas or whatever, right? Before she got kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how is it the guy that was, I don't know, the Russian guy or whatever, the dude that slicked back hair, the henchman number one, I don't know what his name is in the film.
What's his name?
Okay, so he's able to, well, Garrick's looking at that. He's able to kidnap Lois Lane, and then at the same time go to wherever the heck Kansas is in this universe, grab the mama, bring him back to the city, all in like the span of what, less than an hour? I don't know. it was amazing to me. Also, how did you guys feel about the cities being right next to each other like that?
I don't know how relative they are in the comics. I mean, always isn't Metropolis supposed to be like the LA and Gotham is kind of New York City-ish. So I don't know how close they are or supposed to be, but I mean, it was almost like it was the same city. I mean, that's what it felt like.
Well, it was. I've tried to argue that point. I mentioned that, but then some DC truthers came up to me and says, "Well, it has been tested before that they are across the bay in this edition of blah blah blah." So I'm like, okay, sure. But then I kind of question, like, so isn't the Batman city that they always talk about Bloodhaven like across another bay? So you have a Metropolis Bay, Gotham Bay, another city. I don't know. The geography of this world is strange. But man, okay.
The guy who you were looking for it was KG Beast.
Oh, okay. So they actually introduced an actual character, KG Beast. Really? Oh, okay, cool. Also, of introducing characters, and we're gonna get to this point. Also, of introducing characters. Oh no, you guys can unmute for this one. I want to hear the laughter and everything that you guys get for this. But oh my goodness. First of all, do they still use AIM? Because you notice how he coincidentally had her on chat, chat at the exact time she was at her computer. Did you guys notice that? Like, I swear they still use AIM. But also, isn't it just kind of odd that Lex Luthor apparently gives everyone their superhero name and symbols?
Yeah, that's like it just makes no sense because well, first of all, we're getting a Wonder Woman movie, which is set in what World War I or two, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be titled Wonder Woman, but somehow Lex Luthor gave her her symbol and the Flash, and that was just dumb. It made absolutely no sense, just none. Like not even like I can't even fathom what the thought behind that was. Like, oh, this is gonna be a great idea. We're gonna make Lex Luthor know everybody's identity, or just about like what?
Oh man, yeah, and the Jason Momoa scene
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
made
we're
me.
talking about the dream sequence now. The terrible. Lois is the key. Jesus.
Okay, so first of all, trying to like stomach like many things from Batman that the writers did. Again, I think Ben Affleck did a great job, but trying to stomach some one him being a freaking murderer, like there is no way around it. Like the other films outside of the Tim Burton one, but the other films you kind of like had to look and say, okay, this guy died. He just straight up. Two, what was the second thing I had an issue with? Him being a psychic, apparently. Him being a psychic. Um, Jesus. They made him a psychic. And three, him basically saying, "Oh, I got to lead the beast back to the city." Said no superhero ever. Like, do you know what I'm talking about at the end when he said he had to lead him back to the city? And then him basically.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. It would have made more sense to just fly back to the city and grab the weapon and then come back. I mean, the movie's just a mess.
Oh, then what else? What
Total.
else? Um, yeah, fly back to the city. Um, Gosh, there was just so much. There was just so much with that. But Garrick, we were talking about the dream sequences. The Flash one. Okay. We know that was the Flash that was in that. Basically, okay, he had a dream within a dream, right? Or did I imagine that?
It was
That,
very Inception. It's
yep,
Inception like. I guess maybe that was Christopher Nolan's part in the film. Maybe that was it.
a
But yeah,
dream within a dream.
dream within a dream. And time travel.
A dream within a dream. Batman can apparently is a freaking psychic, which is just three things I don't know.
The only way and I'm not a super fan. I don't know everybody's powers, but the Martian Manhunter guy, I mean, unless he can send visions to people or whatever. I mean, that's about the only thing I could think. The only outlook, or just not even outlook, just a explanation of what the hell happened when he's dreaming of the future. Uh, that's all I got. It made no sense. It was stupid. That's Zack Snyder, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, I still get a lot on this. Man. Sorry, I was reading a note that I have. Somehow, this is in a magical world where the newspaper industry is thriving. So I would like to throw that out there. Um,
Well, I'll say this. I thought that that could have been a good part of the movie if they had just. I don't know if you all have seen the Flashpoint paradox or whatever, the movie with the Flash, where he goes back in time, saves his mom, and then the whole future is changed. And I thought it could have made sense then, where you're looking at a different reality or another universe, and um, instead of that being Bruce Wayne, it would have been his dad, Thomas Wayne, and he's fighting Superman or whatever. But it that was, to me, it would have made more sense then, and you have the Flash trying to go back and fix things, but it it was a mess.
well, okay, so you say try to fix things, and I don't know if you guys remember when that last Superman came out and they had all the destruction, blah blah blah. Critics killed him. People killed him because, of all the destruction in the city and saying, "Yo, like thousands of lives were killed there in that movie." And Zack Snyder's essentially like, "Screw off, fanboys. This is my movie." But then months later, he said, "Well, it was all part of the plan. It was part of the plan of the next movie. It's going to be recognized." So it just kills me that he's did all this and then basically came back later in the movie and just like threw it all away. It's it's like a little kid that gets caught playing with matches, and you say to the kid, "Go sit in the corner." Bad little kid. Well, if you go tell kid sit in the corner, he's going to go and play with matches again, and that's kind of what we got with all the destruction happening again. And I'm like, uh. And then they try to say some lame excuse like, "Oh, everyone's gone home. It's the end of the workday," as if there's no like second shift or third shift in a day. But oh my goodness, it was a mess. Whew. Okay.
I know I read somewhere where I guess he was trying to kind of outdo Marvel and make it seem like, oh, we're gonna have all this destruction and we're gonna make, our heroes pay, and it's supposed to be real, but you kind of have these fantasy characters, and it just doesn't mesh to me. I was tweeting that not too long ago that The Dark Knight, that was a perfect movie where it's set in reality. There's real consequences, but with this movie, I mean, with Superman being the way he was, with Batman being a tank, I mean, it it did work. It
Well,
didn't make sense.
well, one thing you said about them like dealing with the consequences, there was a perfect scene in here where they could have done that. Where there was a perfect scene where Superman essentially had a mic in front of him. He was on TV and was going to explain his actions. It was in a courthouse. Perfect scene. And what happens? Zack Snyder creates an explosion. like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. It's going to be funny to see if he like kind of backtracks on all this. Man, I'm going through my notes here. What else did I find funny in this? I wrote down, why did it look like Jason Momoa was holding his breath underwater as Aquaman?
Yeah, I thought that was a weird scene for me. It would have made more sense if you saw the eyes glowing and then he just came out and attacked. But he looked confused, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and he was holding
Like
his
he was
hair
in a
back.
tank.
Yeah, did you notice he tried to wipe his hair back from under there? A ton of use of product placement. There was a scene where they zoomed in on somebody with an Aston Martin. What else? I thought some of the lines were just really cheesy. Like, can you bleed? You will. I was like, oh my goodness. Apparently, of what I read, there were parts in the movie where um, Ben Affleck took over on set, kind of like for the recording. So my theory is that he did for the Batman, the Bruce Wayne slash Jeremy Irons scenes, Alfred scenes, because you saw how those were just, at least to me, they were kind of shot differently, and those were the best parts of the movies. Garrick, you brought it up, how Jeremy Irons was really good in it. I don't know. It just seemed like there was a movie within a movie of a good movie, a series of short films versus a rest of a confusion. Uh, Man. You guys got anything while I'm searching through this? Anything else you wanted to mention?
I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but
Go ahead.
I hate Jesse Eisenberg. I'm sorry.
I hated it too, Garrick. Garrick, okay. He tried to act to me like Batman Forever. If you guys remember that, that was the one with Jim Carrey as the Riddler. To me, he tried to do a Jim Carrey impression of the Riddler as Lex Luthor, and I don't know.
I don't know about that. He just tried to do Jesse Eisenberg. That's how he acts in all of his movies. Quirky, smart, Alec.
I'm
yeah,
trying.
I would agree. I would agree.
Okay, all right, I
It
see
was,
them.
it was weird. It's like that's not Lex Luthor. Like there's a little bit of, I guess, suaveness to him, and this Lex Luthor was he was weird. Like he could barely talk on the mic. He was struggling. Um, I don't know, was he off his medication or?
Every sentence would start with in his
Oh
hands.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when he said Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent, I understand you knowing Bruce Wayne because you know he's a billionaire, whatever he is. How would you know who a common, um, just a common photographer is at a party? Like to introduce them, unless if he apparently knows everybody's secret identity. I don't know. And then also another thing with him that kind of made me question. Let's talk about security on the spaceship. How in the world, like, not to think that he would cut off. Like, he didn't even cut off the guy's hands. He just got the fingertips and put it on his own hand. Like, come on, let's talk about security real quick. Like, and he was able to basically hack through an alien ship.
Like an
Yeah.
alien ship would let a
Yeah.
random person come on and take control of it.
Yeah, yeah. You have, galaxies worth of, basically Norton antivirus. And Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor is able to do it. And on top of all that, it was just kind of like, this has been prohibited by Kryptonians. Are there any Kryptonians alive? No. Well, do it. Okay. Also, did you know mixing a dead body with Kryptonian toilet water produces life?
Yeah, that made no sense. I mean, I was wondering when I saw Doomsday was going to be the villain, like, how are we going to get that? But once again, just another thing from this movie that just did not make any sense.
Dave,
Like
you
you
said
said that,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm just
Oh no, I
agreeing
was
with
just
you.
gonna say um, you mentioned the security for the spaceship. It sounds really stupid that this alien ship would just have a fingerprint scanner. I mean, like, come on, like really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, really. Also, okay, so I'm looking through this. Why did Superman have beef with Batman in this? Like, did they tell why? Like, well, you can't do it because you kill people. Batman, really? Who's talking here? Like, uh, I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I don't know why they were upset. And then it was just kind of like it came to an, oh, Batman, I need your help because they got my mama. And then you know, after shooting him with bullets that don't hurt him whatsoever, he decides to fight him. And then I don't know. How many times can one person fall for the same trick of having a gas of kryptonite gas shot at you? Because you would think the second time he would have been like,
Let me dodge this.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, Superman's not. He's not really a fighter, strong, and that's about it. I mean, well, I won't say that, but uh, in the Zack Snyder version of everything, I mean, he's a farm kid, and then all of a sudden he's fighting Zod, and I mean, I still feel like he shouldn't have beat him. It just made no sense, but whatever. I don't even know.
Man, it certainly was something. Like I have written down, the fight doesn't work. I don't understand why they were even fighting each other. Um,
I mean, well, I guess they tried to set it up, with I think Clark was like, oh, they have a city living in fear or whatever, but it still didn't really make a lot of sense. No.
I felt Wonder Woman was forced in this. It was just kind of like they really could have made a movie without her in it. But I'm not saying she was bad. Like she herself was not bad. Outside of like, well, no, I don't know if you'd say this is her choice of what she wore. It was like all we ever saw her in were like these super revealing dresses at these parties, and then the Wonder Woman outfit. But I don't know. I'm not going to be the one to complain about that. But um, yeah, everyone in the movie is a moron. Somebody pointed out to me in that whole Aquaman scene. Notice he was able to break the sound barrier in water. In water. Um,
Well, I don't know. Well, actually, I mean, considering everything that you see in the film, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Everyone was kind of overpowered a little bit, so I guess the Aquaman we're gonna see is gonna be just Superman of Atlantis, basically. So we'll see.
Superman. All right. Okay. Cool. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned everything. Pretty sure I've mentioned everything I can. Um, yeah, I don't think. Hold on. We got anything else? We got anything else we want to talk about on this? We went over the good and we went over a lot of the bad. I'm trying to get a couple guys on here. I said if they wanted to come on in the discussion. Hmm. Guys, go ahead and say whatever you want right now in the newspaper industry.
Uh, was this crappy? I'm I really want to see how they're gonna recover from this. Because I mean, I was looking forward to Batman vs Superman. Although once you see the previews, it's kind of like, this is gonna suck. But I'll give any movie a chance. But I really want to see how they're gonna recover and start making the solo films. And are they all gonna be this bad? Like, is Zack Snyder just gonna be that stubborn and stick with it, or is he gonna say, admit that he made a crappy movie, and are they gonna try and fix it? So um, that's all I
What's the
really
next?
got right now.
What's the next film in the universe?
I believe it's
Suicide
Wonder
Squad.
Woman.
Suicide
Oh no,
Squad.
you're right, Suicide Squad, and I think Wonder Woman's I think it's the following year, 2017 or.
Yeah,
Everyone's looking
Suicide
for.
Squad. I think that's the one that people have been most looking forward to.
Yeah, and this unfortunately is the movie everyone has to see. They feel they have to see before they see it. Although I heard an interesting theory from someone saying, like, what if Batman killed the Joker and that's why he's killing folks? I don't know. I mean, it would kind of make sense if you went that way, but then again, that would mean I'd have to give Zack Snyder credit, and I don't. So, yeah, man, that was, whew, it was random.
Yeah, well, Suicide Squad. I think you're right. That's the movie that a lot of people are looking forward to. I myself, I mean, I've loved all the Marvel movies for the most part, and I was looking forward to Civil War. But once I saw the second Suicide Squad trailer, like I was sold. I was like, this is the movie that I have to see. It's number one on my list, but I don't know. I mean, they're doing the reshoots for it now.
Wait, they are?
Yeah, they're apparently it's going to cost tens of millions of dollars to do like major reshoots for it because they want to make the movie more fun, and I guess it has something to do with the Batman versus Superman reviews. Although some people have said, oh, they been had the reshoots were scheduled before Batman versus Superman came out, but that sounds, uh, just admit it. So I don't know if the movie was good and then now DC's freaking out, or was it just bad and they need to change stuff? I don't even know.
All right. If you had to give it like out of a 10 rating, what would you give it, Dave?
Oh boy.
Garrick, you better be thinking your answer because I'm asking you next. Um, okay, well
I,
while you get
I 4?
a 4.
I'd say a 4. And the only reason I say a 4 because my mind just I didn't even enjoy the movie. Like Fantastic Four was bad, but I might be on the minority. It wasn't that bad. Like Fast and Furious movies are terrible, but they're entertaining. And this wasn't
It's
entertaining at
true.
all.
Uh,
So if you're
okay,
gonna be bad, at least be enjoyable. You
that's
know?
true. I give it to you on that. Um, I personally think Fantastic Four was the worst thing I've ever seen, but well, okay, if this movie came out like 10 years ago, people wouldn't hate it. Like if this came out, especially when you got movies like that Wolverine's Origin, Fantastic Four, those first Fantastic Four movies and stuff, people wouldn't hate it. Um,
Yeah, I think Catwoman came out 10 years ago.
oh,
That was probably the
gee,
bar it
okay,
was up
yeah, Catwoman.
against.
Yeah, yeah, Catwoman. Whew.
If
Was
we're
like,
going with 10 years ago, that was the bar that this movie would be up against.
Catwoman, X-Men 3,
Daredevil,
Daredevil,
The
Elektra,
Punisher. Oh yeah,
Elektra, the Punisher Warzone. Uh,
The other movie, Ghost Rider. I mean,
oh
that
man.
was really bad.
Oh, I
Um,
forgot about that.
the first Hulk was horrible. I hated that.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you are absolutely right on that one. Um,
I think the probably the Batman movies have like raised the tone of raised the bar for superhero movies.
well,
Um,
okay, let me say this. I thought Batman and Robin was the worst movie. Out
I
of all
mean
of them.
the Christopher Nolan Batman movies.
Oh, the Christopher Nolan. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're
Along
right.
with Iron Man, they have probably
I
Well, that
agree.
the first Iron Man. Those
yeah
Yeah, the first
yeah.
Iron Man.
the
That
first one.
one, I didn't. I think that one got what, a 94 on like Rotten Tomatoes, like just rating wise. I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, it was up there. I wouldn't put it up with, Winter Soldier or The Dark Knight quite
Yeah.
yet, but that was a quality movie, like just almost perfect in a way.
Um, my rating, real quick, before we get to you, Garrett. I don't know. I don't know. 5, 6, 5. I don't know. Like when I left, I was thinking, well, 7 because it visually looked nice. And then I came up with 2 pages worth of complaints, right? 3 pages worth of complaints right here, and it dropped to 5. So I don't know. I'd give it 5 dream sequences out of 10. 5 terrible dream sequences out of 10. Also, in the cartoons, was Doomsday like always that big? Because I thought that he was like similar sized. Oh my
Um,
goodness. We didn't even talk about the death. The death. We didn't even get to that. That's how bad this is. Um, for a second, did you guys think Superman was dead? Knowing full well that they were making Justice League movies and sequels to this already greenlighted. Did you think he was dead for an instant?
No.
No.
Absolutely not. It made no sense to. I mean, if the audience knows he's not dead, why even put it in a movie?
Yeah, I
It,
don't think they would blow their load in the first movie.
Yeah. And then it's also kind of like not everybody liked him because it's not like he was adored by his fans or whatever because he was still trying to find his way. Like why? Yeah, just what you said, Garrett. Don't do that. Don't blow your load in the first movie.
Sorry for the symbolism.
Symbolism. My symbolism of we'll jeez, Garrett. That's why this isn't going on. This isn't going on Peachtree Hoops. So I think we're good.
well, I'll say this: they never developed Superman. I mean,
True.
maybe they tried a little bit, but like you said, he was getting ready to speak, and then the wheelchair guy just blows
I guess,
everything up. I
I guess
mean,
they were banking on the first movie that you had seen it's Man of Steel and you know what Superman is all about. I guess that's what they were going for.
That was so bad of him like blowing it up, Dave, because it was like why I mean, this was a perfect time to have, dialogue from him and everything. But no, Zack Snyder can't help himself but blow things up. It was
I don't know. Maybe obey movies. There has to be an explosion somewhere in it, so I'm just gonna chalk it up to that. But they had a moment, like you said, to make give Superman some type of development, speak his piece, and nothing at all.
the death of Superman too. It was just like so I'm assuming when he comes back to life, everyone's going to know his identity.
I'm not. Well, I don't know. I thought that there was a article in one of the newspapers, like, Daily. What is it? Daily Planet. What are they? What is their?
Yeah, Daily Planet. I think
Yeah,
it's Daily.
Daily Planet. Reporter dies or whatever. I thought they kind of played it off like that, but I have no idea. It's just bad. Well, let me say this. I think that I don't read Superman comics at all, but that's how it played out in the comics, right? Where him and Doomsday both punch each other, and then they both kind of die,
Okay,
something like.
him actually dying. Here's my next my okay, I think this is my final complaint. For someone that can, I don't know. Maybe this is just me. For someone that was like, had a spear, can throw stuff at the speed of sound, can do all this stuff. Why not just throw the spear at him? Or two, maybe let wasn't there a I don't know, Dave Garrett can correct me here. There was a third person, a female in that fight, who knew how to use weapons, who was holding her own, physically fighting him. Why don't I don't know, give it to the Amazonian weapons master to I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Makes a lot of sense. And like I'll point this out, they didn't even like her lasso just came out of nowhere. Her what is it
Yeah.
the
Lasso of I don't know.
where truth or something? Where did it come from? Like does it just manifest out of thin air? Like she did not have that thing on her.
You know,
I just missed it.
You know what would have made this rating go up? Okay, so when she was leaving the plane, when she left the plane, if she got off that plane, went down the runway, and then just got on an invisible jet, that would have made it so much better for me. my rating for the movie would have went up like 2 points if I saw that.
It probably would have went down because then it's like, why is she even taking a commercial flight? Like, use your jet. I don't know. I thought it would have been. I mean, they threw everything else in the movie. They should have just thrown her jet in there. I mean, she should have just been flying out of nowhere and shooting Doomsday. Why not? Why not?
All right, hold on. We got to guess with us real quick. We got to guess with us. Edgar, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much.
Hold on, let me see. Am I echoing? Can you guys hear me, or is that just me? Okay, it might just be me then.
A little echo.
Okay, never mind. Edgar, do you have like a headphone, or turn the volume down a bit? The editing really sucks for me to do this.
Yeah, give me a sec.
All right. Whew, man.
All right.
Hey, cool. Appreciate it, man. Hey, thank you for coming on, talking with us, man. First of all, I'm not butchering your name. Is that how I say it?
Edgar? Yeah, you're good.
Edgar. All right. What's going on? So everybody knows. This is the man with the How did you get that color rim for your car? We want to know this.
It's plastic nip.
Oh, shoot. How long did it take you to do that? Did you have to do multiple coats?
It took me probably 2 hours, 3 coats on each wheel.
That's what's up. Nice. So we're discussing the movie. We were going over, I don't know. It was more as we were giving our thoughts on it, good and bad. Real quick, man, how did you feel about the film? I'll let you know real quick. So you don't feel like you're getting ganged up on, in the instance. We weren't killing it like a lot of critics were, but at the same time, we were just kind of like pointing out flaws, and I think that's now because the standards are higher for comic book films now than they were in the past. Like we said, if this movie came out 10 years ago, it would have been the best thing ever. But anyway, give us your quick thoughts, man, since we got you on.
So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you guys didn't enjoy it as much as I did.
Probably not, but at the same time, and I thank you for coming on, being a good sport, man. I really appreciate it. You're the first guy we had come in on this. No, man, go ahead and tell us what had you enjoyed.
No, I loved it.
Okay, cool.
The beginning to me, it was a little everywhere. There was too many different stories going on at different times. But as soon as the court scene hit, where they had Senator Finch,
That was her
um,
name. Okay.
yeah, waiting for Batman or Superman to come in for the hearing. As soon as that scene happened, to me, everything from there just fit in perfectly. So I just watched it again for the second time on Sunday, and
Oh
I
man.
understood the story even more. So
Yeah.
everything that I had questions about leaving the first time was answered the second time, especially Lex Luthor's part.
Huh. Okay. Cool. Maybe I do
So
need to
yeah,
see
I'm
this a
going
second
again
time.
this weekend, so I gotta watch it a third time.
This is a fan right here. You are. This is a true fan right here.
3 times?
Um,
Oh man.
3 times, man. You. There's no point where you got to get up for a bathroom break in the theater at all. You could sit
Not
through
at
the.
all.
Not at
Nope.
all. Iron Man right here.
I mean, it was a long movie, but I mean, there were some scenes that should have not been a part of it, but
I feel you.
I mean, I'm just waiting to see for that director's cut to see exactly what was cut out and what shouldn't have been cut out.
That 3 hours director cut.
Yeah.
That is going to be something. Um, man, I'm trying to think. What are one thing I had an issue with? Um, okay, right. So one thing that a lot of people were talking about. What did you think of Batman's portrayal with like him basically being like no mercy type of thing in this? Like,
Him
that was
killing.
something a lot of folks had an issue with.
I didn't see it as wrong because you have to think about it. Um, he's old and battered and beat up.
I got you.
So
Yeah.
for for it to be an alien as Superman and to come in, it's more of this is somebody that I can't beat, so I'm gonna get ganged up on already from my past enemies, and now including Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I didn't see a problem with him killing, although I'm still trying to remember who did he kill other than the people in the dream sequence.
I'm certain, at least in that car chase, some guys got killed. Um, well, no, there's only one car chase in this movie. And some of the hits that he was doing on the guys in the warehouse, like to me, I just don't see how you can how you can live through some of the like. I remember which one did he do where he basically got a guy's head stuck in the ground. I'm like, there is no way you could live through that.
Oh, that was the last guy, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't okay he did maybe I'm imagining this. I don't know. He shot somebody, or at least shot a gas tank or something that blew somebody up, right? No, no, hold on. Or did he
Yeah,
shoot a
wasn't
guy?
wasn't that the KG Beast dude, or which I didn't even know that was him until uh was it
Garrick
Garrett?
just
Garrett? Yeah,
yeah, Garrick
I
just mentioned it.
I had no idea that that was that guy. So I guess he's dead. I don't know. I didn't know he was an important character until like what 20 minutes ago. So
uh,
I don't know.
uh, I don't. It was. I don't know. A lot of explanations to what I heard. Uh, Edgar is hearing like how you said how he's the old, tired dude. Like, and it's just like, no, I've had it with this crap. So that'd make a ton of sense.
But you have to think about the scene where they showed Robin's suit with the Joker's writing on it. It's more of to me was he let his quote unquote son get killed, so he's not gonna take it anymore for anybody close to him to even be close to being killed. If we actually know that that is the true Robin being killed by Joker.
That's true. What else? What was another complaint people had with him? I think whenever he branded people, they said it was kind of like it was a death sentence in jail or something like that. So I don't know. Take that however you want. I don't know. That was just one thing. Man, there were a lot of character deaths in this. At least some. Like, apparently Jimmy Olsen got killed at the beginning of the movie. I didn't even know that or realize that was him. Or I could be wrong.
Oh, the reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting him to have a bigger role. I didn't expect to find out that he was the first guy to die.
Yeah, him and Mercy got killed. Because, well, unless if it's, well, never mind. Never mind. I don't know, man. It was interesting, but I am glad to hear your opinion on this. It made it fun for you. Let me see here. Garrick still kills me because I found 999 amazing, but nah, man. So are you saying you're gonna go watch it for a third time, or you said you already saw it for a third?
I'm gonna go this weekend for the third time, probably 3 and 4.
Okay, cool. Well, we are about to get off soon, so I appreciate you coming on real quick, man, and talking with us these few minutes.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hey, no, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the podcast. As always, you know, we want to thank you for that, and thank you for showing me the Volt green rims.
Oh,
And
yeah, I'm gold now, right?
Wait, are the
Is it
wait the
gold
rims?
now?
Wait, what?
I took the green off and did gold.
Oh man. Oh man. Did you see that picture of Dennis's car?
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much.
Did
A lot of
you
gold.
see the recent picture today of how he like locked his keys in his car on Instagram?
Really?
Yeah.
Garrick, you
Oh,
haven't
is that
seen
what he
this?
Nah.
Garrick, okay. I'm gonna try to forward you this picture real quick. Oh, Garrick, you are in for a treat, my friend. I'm trying to find it. Here, quote tweet. Let me at you at run GDC tweet. All right, Garrick, it's the picture's being sent to you.
Yeah, that's a very gaudy car.
Very.
This
Are
is the
are
definition of gaudy.
man? I can't imagine what he's going to be like when he gets a real contract. Garrick, have you read the comment? If you're looking at it. Let me unmute him. He's looking like he's seen it. Garrick, you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. That's hysterical. Anyway, appreciate it, Edgar. Thank you for coming on, man.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me. I'm gonna tweet you the car now with the gold.
All right.
So
Cool. Wait. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
all right, thank you.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Whoops, let him go too early. Hold on. Oh man, he liked the movie. Ooh. It's a dedicated fan. Real quick. Since let me get your opinion. Leisha, what did you think of the movie? Come here, real quick. Yes, get on the dang camera. Give me your 5 words. What you thought of the movie? Female's voice. Interest.
Confusing, random, too much, Pretty Women.
You just say Pretty Women.
Right.
Pretty Women. Oh, Pretty Wonder Woman. That's what she meant to say.
What?
Where's Julia Roberts?
pretty Wonder Woman. She's like me and has seen all the Fast and Furious movies, so
Oh
that's
my
what we
god.
think of it.
Fast and
Anyway,
Furious. Yeah.
anyway, well, we got Edgar on here. I'm, hmm, I guess I was waiting to see if anyone else wanted to jump on. I don't have anyone right now, so we might just end it, guys. Garrick, I don't think you ever gave us a rating.
Uh, 4.5, 5.
So we're all the same then. We're all okay. You said
Yeah.
4. Dave, you said 4. I said
Uh,
5. You think about 4.5, 5. Okay, we're basically the same.
yeah. It's just all bad for me. Like I said, I didn't enjoy it at all. The warehouse scene, that was the only thing that was enjoyable about it. Just watching Batman tear through all of them. Other than that, nope.
I
Nope.
like.
I won't be seeing it again.
I'm kind of curious of this 3-hour thing because I want to know what could you have left out. I'm kind of curious about it, but I know
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to spend an entire weekend watching it because I know I'll pause it
Yeah.
and do something else.
Well, they've already started releasing some of the scenes. I don't know if you've seen the unreleased scene makes no sense at all. So just FYI. But it's like this. It looks like the freaking devil, and he's got these boxes. I think they're called mother boxes, and it's something like I guess Lex Luthor's signals for Doomsday, not Doomsday. Was it Darkseid? Yeah,
Dark.
him, Darkseid to come to Earth or something along those lines. So just another
Isn't that
random
who
thing
you
thrown in
referring to at
there.
the end of the movie?
Yeah, huh?
Isn't that who he's talking about at the end of the movie?
Yeah, yeah. Was he telling Batman?
Oh, I quit paying attention. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what that scene. So it's like in the scene they're arresting Lex Luthor. You can Google it and you'll see it. They have the whole thing up now. But
Okay.
it's random. It's weird. So that's probably how Darkseid is gonna get to Earth because Lex Luthor
Uh,
basically called him on the ship or whatever. Again,
so
it's not looking good.
So Dave, in this like preview that you saw, does Lex Luthor also come up with Darkseid's superhero logo and name? Or, excuse me, supervillain logo and name like he did with the Flash, Wonder Woman. What's his name? Man, Cyborg looked that looked
Oh
messed up.
God, yeah, yeah. He probably had the worst intro because it was just freaking. He's in pain the whole time. I mean, which I mean, I guess that's his. That is him. I mean, I forget how he got killed or what hurt him, but yeah, I don't know. It is just yeah,
Oh
it's
my
just
goodness.
weird.
But
I don't know. Are you
what
guys
else?
even excited for the other movies? Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman.
I kind of
Not.
want to see how they do Aquaman, how that'll work. But
I
uh,
kind of want. Yeah, me too.
as we get closer to it, I get more excited.
I guess. I mean. I'm more excited about the Ben Affleck directed Batman movie because apparently he has all the rights and whatever for a Batman movie, a standalone Batman movie.
hmm,
That's kind of what I want to see.
I
Um,
agree. I like his
Basically,
scenes, so
anything without Superman, I might be interested in.
yeah. Well, like I mean, I became a big Flash fan from the TV show, the first season, anyways. There, sometimes it's a little too CW, but I started to learn a lot more about the character, so I'm excited about him coming to the big screen. But Batman versus Superman kind of just took all any excitement for any of the movies out for me. I know Snyder won't be directing them all, but still.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for us. Man, we've been, boy, you see how long we've been recording on this. That makes it fun. Dave, you got a plug where we can find you at?
You can find me at basically Twitter, ATL Hawks for life or ATL Hawks underscore for life. I think that's it. I don't remember my own Twitter name. That's a shame. Let me look it up because it's changed so many times. Okay, yeah, it is ATL Hawks underscore for life. You can find me there. Follow me as long as you're not like a crazy Hawks fan, or we're
Oh
good.
man.
But
Well, let me ask you guys real quick. Now since you mentioned the Hawks, we all have mutual interests. What did you think of the Raptors game last night?
I didn't even see. I saw bits and pieces of it, and I think I just kind of accepted that they were going to lose. And I was kind of playing Destiny at the same time,
Oh,
so.
that's a good decision. Good. By the way, they're coming out with new content in April, so we'll see how good
Yeah,
that
I
is.
heard that. I'm excited about it because it's gotten a little repetitive, and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Go kill 50 Cabal. But hey, um,
Yeah.
so despite them losing, we were basically given a miracle last night with the Lakers winning against the Heat. I don't know if you guys stayed up to watch that game, but
Yeah.
I turned it on with 3 minutes left.
I think I got cancer or something watching the Lakers offense. Jeez. I don't see how you can root for that team. Watch their games every day.
Oh, so I told Dave earlier, Garrick, I said I had a dream that the Hawks traded Jeff Teague and like 2 first round picks, 2 or 3 first round picks for D'Angelo Russell because of the whole issue. Now, I had that dream. I thought it was real, and I woke up, but I was still in a sub dream. So I was like, "Oh my God, it actually happened!" Even though, like, knowing, the trade deadline is way gone, you can't trade until
Right.
until the draft, and I don't know what I was thinking. It was like I had my sub dream was I woke up and I was in my bed and I jumped on my phone to look at Twitter to see if it really happened. And I was like, "Oh my God, it happened!" And then I woke up a third time. I was like, "Wait a second,
Yeah.
the season's not even over yet." Oh
Yeah.
my
I
goodness,
mean, I wouldn't mind them on Atlanta. I
I
like
wouldn't
him
mind that
as,
at
as
all.
a
I
player
wouldn't
for
mind,
the most
I wouldn't mind that at all. But it'd be so Lakers if they got rid of him.
part. Yeah.
It'd be so Lakers if they got rid of him. Anywho, thank you everybody for listening. Our special movie episode. We just had to talk about this because me and Garrick been texting about this back and forth. I had to get John on here because we always talk about these things whenever I play with him online. Garrick, I still got to get your PSN next time I'm on PlayStation though.
I'll text it to you because I don't even remember it.
Okay, all right. I might just text you what mine is because mine's easy. But anyway, we are out. Thank you guys for joining. Peace.
No problem. Peace out.
Peace.